Right, so the commentator over there saying that it is that people earlier on in Dhaka and in Bangladesh could never believe that Sheikh Hasina would cease to be in power, but the gates have been thrown open, people are inside, and this is proof, and this is testimony to the fact that this is something that can happen and is happening. The images on the right-hand side of your screen, dramatic images of protesters inside the official residence of the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, making way, walking off with chairs and sofas, which we've seen, putting them onto rickshaws and taking them away. I mean, utensils being taken away as well. And the image on the left, apparently, of a helicopter used by Sheikh Hasina to be evacuated out of that area. I'm joined now by my colleague Saurabh Gupta, who with more on this. Saurabh, go ahead.
Well, you know, Gana Bhavan, of course, was breached a few, perhaps minutes ago. And, of course, Sheikh Hasina was before that airlifted to a safer location, given that the protesters had defied curfew and were marching in Dhaka. Now, this, of course, is an unfolding situation. Political stability in Dhaka right now is the word that perhaps everybody is talking about, given the fact that the Prime Minister has been airlifted. We don't know what happens next because we're all waiting, like you said, for that press conference of the army chief, where, of course, what next for Bangladesh is going to be revealed with the army chief speaking to the nation. But before that, what we've seen is Sheikh Hasina and her family members, including her sister, have been airlifted from Gana Bhavan. A little before, actually, it was breached by these protesters. The images of Gana Bhavan being breached are quite, of course, dramatic, as you were explaining, people walking off with stuff. But Gana Bhavan is, let me tell you, a highly guarded, high security residence, official residence of Sheikh Hasina. It used to be her residence till at least a few hours ago. She was airlifted from there, given the fact that these, this kind of a situation was anticipated, and she's now, of course, been airlifted. Destination unknown is what we are being given to understand from local media reports and our sources in Bangladesh. But she has been moved to a safer location as Gana Bhavan, the official residence of the Prime Minister, has been breached by protesters who defied curfew to march through the streets of Dhaka this, morning. And of course, like we said, this was, of course, planned action. There was, of course, that curfew, but there was also, the understanding that in all likelihood that curfew was going to be breached, as lakhs of protesters were to actually, gather there. And now, of course, we have images of Gana Bhavan being breached, with Sheikh Hasina having left Gana Bhavan in a military helicopter, airlifted to a safer location.